Welcome back to Trauma Pero No Drama with KSV, un podcast about three manas, Karina, Susie, that's me, and Vanessa. Join us as we talk about trauma, drama, sacamos las garras al sol. Join us, it'll be good. Hey guys, happy Monday.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Also, side note, if I sound a little ronca, it's because I'm just getting over being sick.
A little ronca.
Yeah, a little ronca. Also, you guys, before we start today's episode, before we get into the depths of today's episode, yo me estaba acordando de un podcast that I used to listen to. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it was called No Mames Monday, RIP. And for all of our like true listeners, we used to have a massive beef with them, and they thought they buried us, but ultimately nosotros ganamos esa batalla because they hung up their mics. They hung up their headphones, and they're extinct now. So how do you guys feel knowing that we took out a podcast we flicked them out of our little path?
We won, beaches. Because guess what? Now we're not even posting on Fridays. Our new day is Monday, suckers.
We should steal their song too.
Yeah.
We can have somebody remake their...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to, vent about that a little bit because they gave us so much shit, all those episodes talking mad shit about us, calling me a big back. I will not forget that.
So disrespectful.
They said Karina's Charlie was the little crusty dog.
The disrespect.
And I don't remember what they called you, Mana, but...
I don't know. I don't want to remember because
Chupacabra? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? So, yeah.
because I was always sneezing, no? Was I always sneezing or
I
why?
think so. Mm-hmm.
Because I had a stuffy nose, no? So I would go...
The only thing that matters is that we won.
Uh-huh.
We're better.
Yep.
And they will never come back.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know. One of them is getting a little famous being on the news and whatnot.
Yeah, and forgot about us little people. So rude.
I know.
He
I didn't
could've
hear
given
him.
us a shout
I didn't
out.
hear him thank KSV podcast on his news interview. Joey.
Yeah. Jose.
You probably don't even...
Don't forget I
listen to
have your
us anymore.
address.
Oh, dang.
Still in my UPS history. Yep. But anyway, I just wanted to gloat a little bit. Getting back to today's episode, the reason you guys are all here. ¿De qué vamos a hablar? No. Bringing it back to our, trauma pero no drama. Today we're going to talk about the
Vanessa embracing her Chewbacca era.
Chewbacca over there.
Blowing her
We
nose
had
in
to
the mic.
remember, okay?
one in honor of last season.
Wow.
Anyways, bring it back. Reel it back in.
We were going to talk about our trauma from childhood that shaped us to not breaking that generational trauma from our childhood, right?
What does that mean, breaking generational trauma? Porque yo pensaba que generational trauma was like the things that happened in the previous generation. Is that the same thing?
Sí.
Oh,
Sí,
Never mind.
básicamente.
she's correct, guys.
Yeah, like things that happened to us that we're not doing to our children, gave us trauma that we're not doing to our kids, the newer generation.
Okay, so that's the same thing as how we're shaping our parenting style based on our childhood trauma.
Yes,
That's all the same.
básicamente sí.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you guys feel? Because I feel like nosotras or like Hispanics in general, I feel like they have a lot of, or not all Hispanics, but Mexicans, because I can only speak on our,
I
raza.
speak on every generation and ethnicity out there. I know it all.
No. You're going to get us canceled.
Oh, sí, cierto. Don't cancel
I
us,
feel like
guys.
we grew up, or most of us crecimos con papás like bien estrictos. So that gave me a lot.
My parents weren't strict.
My parents were strict. Quebraba las reglas a huevo que sí, pero they were strict. They wanted to be very
Vanessa,
strict.
were your parents strict?
No. She had, by the time she got there, she had like hippie parents.
Hippie parents.
Yeah.
It's because they were older.
If anything, yo siento que they should have been stricter as they got older because when you're young, you're young and hip. You're not a regular mom. You're a cool mom. You know? Pero no.
Okay, mean girls.
No, ellos empezaron al revés.
Like strict and then not strict.
Do you think that other ethnicities do it different or like the opposite? Or what do you mean by like they did it opposite? Opposite of who?
No, like no, the opposite de lo que acabo de decir. Like I feel like if you're younger, you are stricter as a parent, or at least I feel like that. Like I'm a younger, so I'm a little more stricter. But then I feel like my parents were a little, they were no. Ya me confundí, ya me hice bolas por tu culpa.
Me.
I just feel like as they got older, they got less strict. But if you ask me, like it should have been the opposite. Like they should have been more strict.
Pero tú crees que es por la edad that they were that way? Or piensas que, because yo pienso que the way that I am, like strict wise, is more based on how strict our parents were with us. And that's what I'm trying to change as a parent with my kids. Like, what are those things am I going to keep because I valued them? And what of those things do I want to change, right? Not so much because...
Oh my gosh. Chewbacca, everyone.
Sorry.
She relives.
Sorry. They're allergies, okay? They're allergies.
Right.
It's like negative 50 outside, okay?
Right. Anyways. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of things. I don't think it's just the age.
True. I guess.
I mean, if you were, and I know it's hard to like picture yourself, and for Vanessa, like her kids are still little, but like if you were to be a brand new parent now, do you think that you would parent differently than how you did with your child?
Yes.
Why?
Porque ya no estoy joven, ya no tengo tanta batalla, ya no tengo tanta...
See, I disagree with
Fight.
that. I think you would do it different porque aprendiste de lo que hiciste o de la manera que
like
hiciste
you mean
las
like if I were to have a
cosas.
whole new one to start with, like a new guinea pig? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would do things differently.
But why?
Because the bad pancake. You learn from your mistakes with the first one.
Exactly. I think it's more about like...
So, yeah, okay, in the sense I get what you're saying. Like, tú fuiste el bad pancake y luego, as the pancakes went on, we got a little better and less burnt. And
That's very disrespectful. I was perfectly baked from the get-go. You guys turned out to be shitty, and my
The
mom
bad
had to
pancakes.
adjust her cooking style to try and save the meal.
the batter started getting a little thick. Oh. So that means that you were like that blast. My mom was scraping the bowl to get you out of there.
Vanessa, she also thought Vanessa was a boy, and she was super psyched, and then she came out with
Vanessa,
a
did that give you any kind of trauma? The fact that my mom always reminded you
que te ibas a llamar Vanessa.
que mi mamá siempre te recuerda que tú tenías que
What
ser
was
varón.
hold on, what was my name?
She didn't have one for you yet.
Not yet? Well,
She didn't name you until you were born.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it traumatized me because if you go through my mom's albums, if you like sit down and you look at the albums of my mom and stuff, me vestía como un puto hombre,
Sí.
como un niño, and that traumatized me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm a girl with a vije, and you're over here dressing me like a man.
Yo quiero ver esas fotos porque yo nunca vi que estabas vestido como
She did dress like a boy. She was
What
Boy
age?
shoes, boy shirts.
what age?
Boy,
Like little, like teeny tiny baby?
no.
Months old?
Well, yeah.
well, she doesn't
She-
have pictures of me being like a newborn or anything.
Bitch, why you lying?
I didn't find any. I just seen pictures of me like like Axel's age, like 1, 2, and above. Pero ya
That's because
como-
you look like an alien and she hit them all.
Sí, güey, le daba vergüenza.
Wow. Pero ya que, like, como iban pasando los años y ya no me quedaba la ropa de boy, me empezaba a vestir con, like, ropa de niña, pero con un hongo haircut. I had the mushroom haircut.
That's because no te quería peinar. That was too much work.
That's fucking traumatizing. Primero me vestía como un niño. En cada rato me echan cara, right? Todavía en la fecha de hoy, siempre me echan cara que yo no verán, que yo no tenía que salir con una verija, sino que un pitillo.
Yeah, she does. She still reminds her.
Yeah, and she's like really mad about it. Like she's really butthurt that I wasn't a boy.
It's because she didn't have the opportunity to have a better son. She only she got stuck with what she had. Yeah.
Cierto.
She thought she was going to get a second chance.
Well,
No le salió.
no le salió porque le salí con Viji, pero yeah, that really traumatized me.
But what about it gave you trauma? Like, did you feel like you had an identity crisis?
Yeah. Like she didn't know how to take care. I felt like she didn't know how to take care of me. Like she
Vanessa,
didn't know, like,
girl.
No mames, ya llevaba 3 viejas en la
right,
casa, güey.
right. But I think she was like a fucking denial.
I think
She
she
was
might
a-
have been in denial because yo veo mis baby. Well, I don't have any baby pictures of me either because I'm adopted, as you
Just
guys
because we
know.
found you in a dumpster.
Yeah.
We've established that.
If you guys didn't know, I'm adopted. Pero and the pictures that I do have
We're
accumulated
gonna think
from.
you're actually fucking adopted, bitch.
I know.
That you actually came out of a dumpster. That would be a hilarious story.
De las fotos que yo he visto, she used to dress me real cute with croc tops and everything.
Yeah, I know. Enseñando ombligo and tú con tus bangs and your long hair and
Sí.
your Selena Quintanilla.
Sí, a huevo.
Sí, pero a mí, on the other hand, at Susie's age, como mi mamá la vestía bien bonita como niña, a mí me vestía como un niño.
Yeah, she would put t-shirts and like long shorts that would go down to like below her
That
knee.
was the style in the 2000s.
Oh, I forgot you were born.
No.
You were like growing up in the 2000s.
Right, but that's disrespectful. Like she was gonna,
La
she was,
falta de respeto de mi mamá.
yeah, like I see that.
Yo
and
no
it hurts
recuerdo
me.
eso.
You
Yo recuerdo los vestiditos and stuff like that because I was like very attached to Vanessa. Like,
En ocasión sí le ponía vestido, pero yo siento because todos pasamos por la etapa de hand-me-downs. Like, we didn't accept you, bitch, because you were the oldest and you outgrew everything first.
that's not true. Everything that I got from my cousin. Like, I got the hand-me-downs from the cousin.
Oh.
I didn't get new shit either.
But it was still
Bitch,
stuff
take
that...
it back.
I don't take it back because you still got to wear something that didn't originate in her house.
Oh, valid.
Pero
Yeah, maybe
este,
maybe it was our.
She probably wore
It was your
Hugo's
brother's.
hand-me-downs. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you...
I didn't think about that. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not hilarious because it brought
It's
me
not
trauma
funny.
to my
I'm
life.
So sorry, Miss. You want a Kleenex? Or
No,
two to blow your nose?
she wanted me to be a man.
Do you think that's why you went through your identity crisis and gave yourself a new name? Did we talk about that
We
on the
need to
podcast?
talk about that. No, we said we were going to talk about it one day and we never did.
Do you think that's why you gave yourself a new name?
Was
do you
even
wanna-
a boy name though?
Digan, cierto, but she was going through
Yeah,
an identity
there's-
crisis.
There's a guy that Fidel knows that his name is like that.
Como?
You need to tell our listeners the story.
Well, back then in 2005. No, right? No.
I don't know.
I don't know what year. In the early 2000s, I started a kindergarten. And I guess I didn't know my name. So I named myself Ines.
You knew your name, Vanessa. No mames.
She probably didn't
Obviously,
like
I
it.
didn't because I gave myself a different name.
You know what? Yo siento que a lo mejor she's a little dyslexic and they told her name y no supo escribirlo. So she just wrote random letters.
There is an N and an E and an S in her name.
And an A. The only-
Maybe instead of a V,
I
she
put
just do
Anis.
one line. No clue. Mi
Ajá.
mamá sabe por qué te pusiste Inés.
No. I don't
Porque
even know
she
why.
didn't even know for a while, right?
No. Llegaban cartas de la escuela and they would be addressed to the parents of Inés. And my mom would like open them And she'd be like, why the fuck are they sending me this person's mail? So she would like open them and she would rip them up. And throw them out.
Illegal. That's the
Allegedly.
illegally.
Allegedly.
Opening someone's other people's mail.
And like, she would be like, ¿Qué dice esta carta? Because, you know, we all went through that phase. And I'd be like, que this person did this. I was like, pero no sé quién es. Es una chiquilla que se llama Inés. Like, they probably sent us to the wrong house. Hasta que un día, my mom went to the conference and I went with her because I don't know why I ended up going with her, interpreting, I don't know. And my mom was like, dile que venimos a la conferencia de Vanessa. And they were like scrambling to figure out who this Vanessa kid was. And then they were like, your name? And my mom was like, Leticia Lázaro. And they were like, Lazaro? Oh, Inés's mom? And my mom was like, ¿qué? And they were like, Inés's mom.
How does that happen?
And then my mom was like, ¿Quién chingados es Inés? And then they were like, oh, she told us her name was Inés. So they thought that like her middle name was Inés, and she went off of her middle name.
Right.
Her name tag was Inés. They taught her how to write her name as Inés. Like she was a whole different person.
But you don't know why.
I don't remember.
You don't remember naming yourself Inés?
Mm-mm.
Or you don't remember where it came from?
No, I don't remember. Like, I don't even know what I fucking ate last night. Like, I don't remember. Like, you know, like when you go through a lot of trauma in your life and like you tried, I don't know if it happens to you guys.
You
but,
black
like,
out?
I black out and like I like randomly like I just close my eyes and I try to like remember things that like back then in the day, like porque Mena me pregunta a mí like, oh, like did you do this in kindergarten or did you do this in first grade or did you do, I don't remember. I blacked all my infancia out. So I don't remember anything from kindergarten up or like since 2 or 3 years old. Ya de los 2 años ya te acuerdas. Because Mena still remembers when she was 2 and 3 and I don't remember any of that.
That is a form of coping with trauma. Like you ¿cómo se dice? When you suppress, is that the word? Mm-hmm. Okay, you suppress like all of those like memories to where you won't remember. Because I mean, I don't know if we've talked about it, but I've gone through like therapy and all that. And I couldn't remember. It takes a lot for you to be able to recall and like remember things, but it's a very common thing about growing up with trauma.
But does everybody do that? Because I remember a lot of traumatic things. Like those are the things that I remember from my childhood. Mm-hmm. It was like the super
traumatic
like
stuff.
Dramatic but events.
Like I don't know if you or you, Manas, that like out of the random, like you're just sitting down or like I can see that I'm eating dinner, out of the random thing, I remember things from my childhood, but like the bad things. Like, you know, like the things that we don't want to talk about on air and stuff, like the really, really bad trauma things that we all went through, we all lived through. And then I'm like, why did I just remember that? And then like, I'm like, and then I'm just like, no, like, I don't know if like I'm making like a movie in my head or like it's like flashing like memories coming back to me.
What is your earliest childhood memory? Like if you go as far back as you possibly can, what is the earliest memory you have?
I don't have one. I don't remember.
Anything from when you were little? Like little. Do you?
I only remember.
I do.
There's something that plays in my head. I don't know if I can say it in air. Like I remember this moment that I don't know if I can say it. Should I say it? But
how old were you?
I was like Axel's age or like 3-4 years old that I can remember. And it was like something really bad that I just remember that there was like glass on the floor and I just remember an officer like holding me. And that's all I remember. Like that's a fucking trauma that brings me back. And that's the only trauma that I have in my head. Like that one, like that's the only one that I can replay, that I can remember that I was small and that's it. But I don't remember birthdays. I don't remember bautizos, like my bautizos, because I know my mom would throw like parties for me because I see pictures like she would throw me like birthday parties or piñatas, un pastel, una comida. Like I don't remember that. I don't. And it's sad. It's tengo Alzheimer probably.
No, it's just the way that it is como how you cope with things. Like that's how you coped when you were little.
And like cosas like
you
ya
don't
de la
cope with
escuela.
positive things.
Ya de la escuela.
Well,
Like,
a lo mejor se le desconectaron unas neuronas.
I don't know, porque yo nomás me acuerdo en la escuela, me empiezo a acordar, maybe like in second grade, que me hacían bullying por my hair. Like, I remember, like, traumatizing things. Es lo único que yo a veces me acuerdo, traumatizing things, cuando me hacían bullying con my Dora hair. And, like, that's the only thing, pero que yo empiece a acordar, a lo mejor de allí empiezo a acordar, pero si tú me dices, oh, what did you do in 5th grade or 3rd grade? I don't remember.
Wow.
I don't.
I do have a lot of like random memories. Like my earliest childhood memory is when we lived in Morelia, which means I had to be 2, 3 maybe. And I remember being super sick. Like I remember a lady holding me upside down
The hell?
and hitting the bottom of my feet. You know, cuando les subían la mollera.
Mm-hmm.
And being wrapped in a blanket because I had a fever and I remember being delirious.
Okay.
That's my earliest childhood
But that's a
memory.
traumatizing thing to remember.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's a early memory. Like, because
Mhm.
¿a qué edad le suben la mollera a los niños?
Like a baby.
Yeah, it's
Like
usually,
months.
Yeah. So I know I had to be under 3 because we were in Morelia. I remember that house for some reason. Like I can picture the walls
yeah.
and the couch. But that's my earliest memory. And then I remember like certain things from kindergarten. And I remember certain things from 1st grade, playing the little video game, reading 5 monkeys on the like 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed.
Mhm.
I remember getting yelled at for not tying my shoes, but I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
I remember the teacher letting me borrow a Halloween costume because
we couldn't afford one. Yeah.
And I remember like 2nd grade when I peed my pants because I asked to go to the bathroom, and the teacher that we had, because I had a teacher and then I had a substitute, like a student teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She was really mean, and she told me I couldn't go to the bathroom and I couldn't hold anymore, and I peed my pants. I remember that. I remember 3rd grade, like a really special project that we had for science, and like everybody's parents came, and I had to beg my mom to please come because I didn't want to be the kid again whose parent didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually showed up because I was so happy, even though she had no idea what was happening. Like, it just felt good to have her be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, 4th grade, I remember when the kids came that spoke Spanish. Like, there were actually other Mexicans that I was around. And I remember, like, being an asshole because I was always being asked to translate, and I hated it. So, like, I remember a lot of things, and not all of them were happy things. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I remember a lot of random shit from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what makes me sad? My mom never went to any of my things of school at all.
Do you I mean, that kind of goes into what we wanted to talk about. Like, do you, like, that's a generational trauma? For at least for our generation, it was a trauma. Do you feel like that's why you always do everything you can to like go to the kids stuff? Like, because I feel like para mí, sí. Like, I also remember like my mom not being able to go to anything, or deja de eso de like, she did the best that she could. She did the best that she could with the cards that she was dealt, right? But I mean, and it's not that like I resent her for it, like, but I do feel really sad that she didn't get to go to any like other seeing thing. Well, we didn't get to go either because back then it like after school hours. So like you had to go and rehearse, and you put in all the work, and then we didn't get to go. And like when we did like the class stuff, like she wouldn't go. Like I could see other kids, like los papás de otros niños volunteering to chaperone and all that, and my mom never did. And that, for me, cuando yo tuve a Jocelyn, like I always make sure to be there for her because like yo sé que it does make a difference for your kids. So do you feel like that's why you're like, because I know that you're very attentive to the kids, and like you volunteer at school, like you're always there.
Yeah, maybe sí me estoy curando my inner trauma. Because I remember 5th grade, and you get ready and they do your little ceremony. Or like a field trip that we went to Wisconsin, and I had to beg her to let me go, and you had to sleep over. And like, I remember coming back in like the afternoon, and like all the parents came to pick up their kids. And I had to walk home with my little backpack. My mom didn't even bother to go pick me up, like walking or anything.
It is crazy how like the little thing makes such a big difference, because like Vanessa's point, growing up, it was always it was either she didn't feel comfortable because she didn't speak the language, or because she didn't know anybody, or because she didn't have anyone to watch the kids and she didn't want to deal with all the kids. Depending, like at that time, it probably would have been just 2 other, besides me, it was just you 2. Pero it was like, no se puede, right? Mm-hmm. So growing up, like in real time, it really felt like she didn't want to be there. Like, how hard did you try? And how uncomfortable were you with it? And yo sí tenía like a lot of resentment, because it was always like, as the oldest, you had so much responsibility.
Absolutely. And
it was always like, for me, I was like, if you didn't feel like you could handle so many kids, why did you have them? Mm-hmm. And I always fucking said that to myself. And I, like, now growing, like, as a grown-up, I feel like an ass for, like, thinking that as a kid. But when you're at
it's a valid feeling
age,
when you're in that moment.
Right. Damn. Okay, well, we're out of time, so we're going to have to cut this episode short, but I think it's worth the conversation. So you guys will have to come back for a part 2, because it's real, man. When we sit here and we talk about how your childhood shapes who you are as a person, as a parent, as a working person in society, there's so many factors that go into it. And I mean, you grow up and you kind of deal with it, but you bring up a good point about trauma and blocking stuff out, and then when it comes back, sometimes it comes back at the worst times in your life too. So but yeah, we appreciate you guys joining us this week. We'd like to hear from you guys, and maybe on the part 2 we can talk about the coping aspect of it, because that's also important, but more to discuss on next week's episode.
Yep. So tune in.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.